My oncologist, as my wife and I sat there, gave us those bone-chilling words: a test confirmed that it is cancer. And he immediately told me that there was no cure for this particular kind of cancer, but with treatment, I could possibly live 5 to 7 years. When the doctor gave us those words, it was almost like everything went into slow motion. I always had enjoyed doing my yard work, and he said, absolutely no way. And I looked out there one evening, and my wife was trying to crank the lawnmower, and she couldn't do it. Together, we were able to get it started, and she did the work with me sitting there in the window, looking at her, saying, "Oh, Lord, please help me." Whenever we came up to what we considered an insurmountable obstacle, I'm telling you, we just turned to the Lord, and He walked us right through it. And from day one, He gave me a peace. It was just like the Lord said, I was walking beside you. And the times that I was not walking beside you was when it became so bad that I was carrying you.
The darkest day in history was over. All was lost on the cross. Beaten, battered, bruised beyond description. You gave it all. What went wrong? This couldn't be the end of heaven's story, 'cause you came to save, to beat the grave. 3 days and now they're looking for your body, but you were gone, and now I know.
Save the day, you tore the holy veil away, you opened wide the prison gates, you saved the day.
I was born into a Christian family. My dad was a Lutheran minister. I very much loved the Lord when I was a small child, but he left. My mother and father divorced, and a stepfather came onto the scene who was pretty abusive and made my life really miserable. And so I just left the Lord. And I said really clearly in my own mind, I said, I'm never going to go back. Slowly, over the years, I got interested in Buddhism. I moved to Thailand, very far eastern, rural Thailand, where I spent about 7 years as a full-time meditator. I got really bad leg clots. I was, spending as much as 6 hours at a time just sitting with my legs crossed. I actually got a saddle clot in my heart. I was talking to my brother a lot on the phone. Being in the hospital, I was talking with him every day. And one night, I just felt all broken up inside. I was on the floor, honestly. Got underneath my bed, and I was talking to my brother, and I said, man, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this. And just real quietly, he said, well, do you want to come to Jesus? And I just said, yeah, I do. I just felt this flood of peace. Where there had been emptiness before, there was now relationship.
Rescued from the shackles of my failure, in the dead of night, you shined your light. Your gift of love is hope that springs eternal. And because of you, all things are new. You saved the day you rolled the stone away. The empty grave is there to say, you reign. You saved the day.
wanted a baby since I was little. I've always played with my baby dolls. I've acted like I was the mama forever. Whenever we found out we were pregnant, I was so excited.
Having a family is something that both of us just have really been looking forward to.
When things kind of started to go wrong and we had to have an ultrasound, that was probably one of the hardest moments of my life. And then when we had to go into the doctor's office and sit down, and he told us that we had miscarried and that we had lost the baby.
The days and weeks that followed that were really tough, but at the same time, we were able to pull near to the Lord and pull near to each other.
One of the hardest things through this is knowing that I have zero control, and I really have to give that over to the Lord daily. In the verse in Isaiah where it talks about waiting on the Lord, those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar high on the wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. And that's a verse that I'm really claiming. God will carry you through those times where you're waiting, you're in that valley where it seems like, will I ever get this? It's such an amazing feeling to feel at your lowest, but yet know that it's going to be okay because you have the hope of the Lord and you have the hope of your salvation, and know that we will see our child one day on the other side of heaven.
Your gift of love is hope that springs eternal, and because of you, all things are new.
So I sit here now in remission. I have no idea what my physical future is, but I know that my future with the Lord is secure.
You saved the day you rolled the stone away. The empty grave is there to say, you reign, you reign. You saved the day, you tore the holy veil away. You opened wide the prison gates. You saved the day.
Just knowing that our God is big enough, that He can handle it. I could be hurting so deeply, but yet still feel such peace and comfort.
He has put me here for a period of time for a specific reason.
Jesus had always been there, waiting for me just to turn around and acknowledge His presence.